Hey YouTube, it's KFoged here, and I'm back with episode 7 of my podcast series One and Done, a series about one turning in Blood Bowl. This video is also inspired by Elliot, a well-known Blood Bowl 2 coach, and a lovely touchdown he made in a NAF-style tournament, the same as the tournament from the episode 6 video. This one he attributed to Crystal Hunter, a friend of both me and Elliot. He's also known as Chunter, so for this we'll call this the Chunter. Its concept is actually blitzing someone else than the player we actually want to use, so we don't have to rely on getting pushes on the first blitz. This is used, I will always look first to see if I can blitz straight into getting the right move on my player, but this is really good, especially if you need to move sideways. In this video, we'll look against how it looks like against the standard defense. We'll look against a standard defense, but with a hanging player. And finally, we'll look at something with the two-gap loss, where people set up in ways that annoys me a bit. So we'll talk over that one as well in the end. So this is the first concept. It's a tight line of scrimmage. We want to use the second player in the line to hit the third player, and then using the third player to move a guy. We want to get across the top to make the dodges easier. Again, don't think about what dice we roll. It's flings, it's just to illustrate the concept more than anything else. So first we need to do something about that dude. Then we can blitz the second one in the line. We can blitz him into there. Now we need, because into there, so we need to move there. Might as well, we'll need that one at some point. Because we need those ones, because of the last block in this case is coming from there. So we need him around. Again, we block straight up. So what it gives us, compared to what I'm normally looking at, is blitzing and moving my player on the first block to where I want him, is when you do it this way, you can stretch the field even much easier, and then you just have a 2+ out. So the second defense is again a standard kind of defense, where we this time have a straddling, hanging player would stand firm, sidestep something annoying. He's a bit away from the rest. And this time we'll hit him to put him in there. Getting the pushes we need for movement 9 is super easy, but we kind of need a good kick and all 11 players to do this with movement 8. But let's show. The concept is again blitzing here. We can take whatever result because this is the player we actually need. We already now know we need to fill this square because we're pushing this way over. Also mean we need to move into this square sooner or later, so let's just do this straight away. So we get some pushes, it's all dandy. We need to move into him, so we need to fill both squares. So we're lucky with the ball placement here, because we can use the thrower to pass the ball and get it in the same time. Just move him. Reroll that, just because we need the extra push. And voila, we used the extra movement we got from pushing somebody into somebody, the chain push, to actually go on attacking the white zone again in this way with movement 8, but needing all 11. Movement 9 will just stand here, then we can go out. So I think it's probably better putting this player where he is, so we need to fill that square, or even put him 2 squares out and force us to go the other way, because then he's taking away this diagonal and forces us into the middle and doing the dodges. So this third and final segment is kind of in family with the first two Chunter, pushing someone else first, but it's also giving us the first push on the blitz. It's against the 2 gap. Lost defense, which is quite popular where you have 2 gaps between the line of scrimmage people and backlining it. It's a fine defense, because quite often people try to do clever things and make it worse. But one thing that's been annoying me is people is not setting up and do the pushes. So if the first player, the blitz, goes down, they have no alternative ways to do it. But this is one way you could do it, where no matter if the first player goes down, we still get our first push. But what we do is we're pushing him to this way, because we set one up over here. It means that even if we got this terrible first hit, we're not doomed, because we can just move around. And using the hit from the other side instead. So we're still kind of chuntering by moving the player. We also could use, of course, if the first player doesn't go down, it's super easy. If the first player doesn't go down, it's super easy to get the pushes anyway. But this is the reason why I better like the backline than is if you cannot protect people from going through the white zones as we did just do, then at least the dodges will now be 4+, 3+, 2+, instead of, in my case, just 2+ out. So thank you very much for watching another one of the episodes in One and Done. Please give me a like and subscribe, and see you for episode 8 sometime in the future. KFoged up.